The Lakers lose by 29 points in Game 1. Is it time to panic, or is it just one game? We discuss on STN TV. Welcome on inside Voice of the Nation Fast Break. My name is David Brickley alongside Kevin Figures. We're going to give you opportunity to win this Lakers Fightin' Titanium bracelet. Stay tuned for the program to learn details about that. So, Kevin Figures. Wow. I don't want to say speechless is the word. That's kind of cliche, but I don't think anybody was expecting this.
You weren't expecting. Look, we knew it was going to be a tough series for the Lakers. Obviously, their problems this season has been well documented. Look at the last series against Denver, a team that gets up and down, a young, youthful team against the slow and older and prodding Los Angeles Lakers. We knew they'd have an issue, but no one thought they'd go on the road and
why are you smiling? Are you laughing at the detriment of Lakers fans all across the globe?
I'm not laughing at their respect. It's just funny to me at how poor they looked as a team that night. It was unreal. Slow on defensive rotations, turning the ball over, not being able to play good enough defense to force Oklahoma City. This is the team that I think led the league in turnovers this year. They had 4 the other night, just 4.
The Lakers 15 or 14, I believe.
It was unreal.
And Oklahoma City Thunder had 12 steals. Lakers just 1.
Right.
So you're talking about the Lakers need to put it inside. They need to make it a half-court game. They did none of that. Clearly, the stats showed that. The game showed that. Funny story, I'm watching the game with I was back home for Mother's Day. I stayed the extra night to watch the game, and my mom asked me, are the Thunder really this much better than the Lakers? Yeah, they are, but not 30 points, not 35 points better than the Lakers as they were up at one time. So, wow. I mean, the Lakers, and it wasn't really an effort thing with Gasol and Bynum. I mean, they played decent. It wasn't like Game 5, Game 6 against Denver where they just didn't show up.
Right. It wasn't an effort. I think it's just the better team won and showed up that night. Now, like you said, they're not 30 points better than the Lakers, but you look from top to bottom, the way the Thunder play, the way the Lakers play, they're just a more effective basketball team.
That third quarter goes down. They score 39 points in that third quarter. Now, I think they shot around 70% in that quarter as well.
Right.
They were hitting their 17-footers. They were hitting their outside shots, but nobody in the league shoots over 70%. Nobody scores 39 and a quarter unless you're getting shots at the basket, shots at the rim. Lakers, they're pick and roll defense, and Mike Brown and Kobe talked about this. It was just terrible.
It was terrible all across the board, and we talked about the big thing a lot of people made a big deal out of was Ramon Sessions, how much he struggled in that game, and Derek Fisher had a couple of big shots in the game, ironically enough, and how big of a difference that made.
Who was that white guy at the end that was dunking? I don't even know who these guys are, unless you play 2K12 and you got the subs in. You don't know who these guys are.
This brought back memories of that Game 6 loss to Boston in the finals back in 2008. It was that bad for the Lakers.
It kind of reminded me of Game 4 against Dallas, actually.
Yeah, sure.
Although the Lakers live to fight another day.
Now, was that because another Laker took his shirt off after getting ejected from the game?
Don't get me started on Devin Ebanks. I mean, Bynum, at the least, he has a little name. He has a name to do something like that, but Ebanks to take that's all around just a terrible effort. So here's a question. Are the Lakers done? Are the Thunder that much better? What do the Lakers have to do in Game 2 to totally right the ship and turn a 30-point loss into a 5 or 10-point win?
Look, I will say it's not impossible. I think the same situation happened to the Lakers back in the 80s. The Lakers, what was called the Memorial Day Massacre, when they played the Boston Celtics and lost by like 40 points.
This happened in 2009 against the Houston Rockets. Sure. Just last series, we see a sample size where Denver. The Lakers get blown out by 20 and come back and win by 10.
So it's not impossible. The problem is it just seems like Oklahoma City is just so much better as a team, as a unit, than the Lakers are, and more effective in the way that they play. The way for the Lakers to win this series or to win the next game, they have to pound it inside a lot. They need big games from both Gasol and Bynum, and they need help from guys like World Peace.
I think a lot of it was these bigs were catching it 15 feet from the basket. Sure. When they did, and they did in the first quarter, they caught it 5 feet from the basket. Thunder can't stop them. They can't do anything, especially when Gasol and Bynum are working the high-low.
Exactly, and that's the key, getting it inside early and often and not going away from it. What the Lakers have a tendency to do, for whatever reason, is to get away from going inside to their big man and start playing more of a pick-and-roll perimeter type of game. And you saw when they tried to do that and they started turning the ball over and Oklahoma City got into the open court, that's how the game got out of hand for them.
All that being said, Kevin, you're saying a lot of nice things, what the Lakers have to do, what they can do. They can win this series. Be honest with me. What's this series looking like to you?
I thought before the series started out there, the Thunder were going to win in 5 games. Now it looks like the Thunder might win in 3 games. The Lakers just don't even show up.
3 games?
Don't even show up for Game 4.
They're going to forfeit.
What's the point of even coming in? No, I'm going to stick to my prediction.
5?
I'm going to stick to my prediction of 5 games.
And they win that, Game 3
They probably win Game 3 at home, Game 4 at home, maybe like an overtime situation. Go back to the last game or one of the last games of the regular season when they won that big time, that Sunday game in double overtime. The Thunder more or less gave that game away more than the Lakers actually won it. So, these teams are not as closely matched as people may think. The Lakers are talented. The Thunder are a better basketball team.
We will discuss. I mean, if this goes bad and the Lakers get swept or 5 games like you talked about, there's going to be major changes, whether it's a head coach, whether it's Pau Gasol and Bynum. One of these guys can get shipped out because they're going to see 2 straight years, 2 second-round exits. That's not what Laker fans want.
No, the championship or bust. That's what Magic Johnson said. The controversial comments he made earlier last week. Now whether or not Mike Brown's going to get fired or not, I think that's a little over the top. They just paid him a lot of money. It's his first year. Lockout season, shortened season. They're not going to fire him after just one season. But heads are going to roll for sure. There's going to be major changes to this roster if this team doesn't recover and make a run to the NBA Finals.
All right, so we want to hear from you. Make sure to comment below. What do you think is going to happen in Game 2? Are the Lakers done, or can they right the ship against the Oklahoma City Thunder? You also have opportunity to win this Fight-In Titanium Lakers bracelet. All you got to do is comment and subscribe to this channel. For Kevin Figures, my name is David Brickley for STN TV.